Randy Stair was an American YouTuber, later turned mass murderer, who committed a mass shooting at a supermarket where he was employed on the morning of June 8, 2017, in Eaton Township, Pennsylvania. Stair killed 3 people before turning the gun on himself. Stair suffered from multiple mental health issues and depression before causing the massacre. The most bizarre aspect of this event revolved around Stair having a romantic interest with a fictitious cartoon character and wanting to die in a shooting to be reincarnated as a cartoon character himself in another realm. This is the truly bizarre story of Randy Stair. Randy Stair was born on September 17, 1992 in Pennsylvania to parents Robert and Lori Ann Stair. Randy also had a younger brother named Jeremy. Randy was described as being quiet and withdrawn. He usually preferred not to be noticed when called upon. In school, Randy was described as a good student but never participated in school activities that required socializing. Content with being alone and always being to himself, Randy began to have a fixation with animation and cartoons. In time, he would develop a YouTube channel called Pioneer Productions, where he would make small, comedic skits. Several of these videos include the use of a toy frog that Randy found at a grocery store. The videos were rather harmless at first, but that would all soon change.
Being a lazy prick in my house.
Lazy? I play video games. That's quite impressive for a frog, might I add.
I don't care. I'm setting you straight even if it kills me and sets the house on fire. I've got to do it!
Butch Hartman is an American animator who is known for such cartoons as The Fairly Odd Parents and Danny Phantom. His work often includes characters with sharp, angular lines and large, brilliant eyes. In 2003, the American cartoon Danny Phantom premiered on the American television channel Nickelodeon. The show follows the story of Danny Fenton, a teenager who lives in a parallel world with another dimension that consists of ghosts and evil spirits. During one encounter, Danny gets accidentally transformed into a phantom himself and will later become a hero and the show's main protagonists. The show includes numerous other characters, both friends, allies, and enemies of Danny, including a character named Ember McLain. Ember is one of Danny's many nemesis who, in the show, is a goth, metal ghost musician who is known for her disdain for authority. Despite not being a regular member on the show, she is known for her brilliant blue hair, pale skin, and goth cyberpunk clothing. According to the show's premise, Ember was an unpopular student at school who had few friends. One night, she had asked a boy out to the movies, but the date never came to fruition. Ember, disappointed and exhausted, returned home only to die in a mysterious fire that destroyed her home. It is believed that this is why her name, Ember, was chosen due to her being reawakened as an evil ghost spirit. Before her death, Ember had dreamt of being a famous rock star. Ember owns an electric guitar as an energy weapon, and her singing voice is used to brainwash her subjects. Despite her hatred for authority, Ember sees herself as power-hungry and wanting world domination. Ember McLain is voiced by famous voice actress Tara Strong. Strong is known for her voice of fictional characters such as Blossom from the Powerpuff Girls and Timmy Turner from The Fairly Odd Parents. As he continued to distance himself from society, Randy continued to immerse himself in the world of animation. Eventually, he discovered the show Danny Phantom, and more importantly, Ember McLain. Stair became immediately infatuated with the imaginary character. Randy admired Ember for her style and personality. Randy struggled with body issues and stated that he was a female trapped in a male's body. He would often purposely refuse to eat in order to be thinner. When his parents were not around, Randy would try on his mother's underwear. Randy would make Ember McLain the center of his life. This included listening to the music she produced on the show, and Randy even made several animated versions of Ember McLain in which he called Ember's Ghost Squad, or EGS. Some of the animations included Ember with different hair color and outfits. Outside of this, Randy struggled with employment. It is believed that he hated to work for money and quit his job at McDonald's on the same day he was hired. This event angered Randy's father, and the two had had a strained relationship since. Randy's mental state continued to rapidly decline. He fantasized about death, mass murder, and suicide. He held racist, sexist, and homophobic views about society. He admired the Columbine High School massacre perpetrators Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold, even wearing the same shirt, in this case natural selection. He continued to be a loner, staying in his room, which was covered in various movie posters from movies like Frozen and Up, and everything pertaining to Ember McLain and Danny Phantom. Stair would continue to suggest that he was a woman. This included shaving his legs with a woman's razor and urinating sitting down. Randy would later change his name to Andrew Blaze, as he hated his birth name. Stair had a deep disdain for his father, complaining that he was always disparaging Randy. Eventually, Stair would develop a crush on another one of the fan-made characters named Mackenzie. In the real world, Randy had very few friends and never had an actual girlfriend. Weis Supermarket is a grocery supermarket chain founded in Sunbury, Pennsylvania in 1912. Eventually, the chain would balloon in popularity throughout Pennsylvania, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and others. In the early 2010s, Randy's father set him up with a job at Weis Supermarket in Eaton Township, Pennsylvania. Despite hating work, it is believed that Stair did his job well. While not at work, Randy continued to record videos, many of them getting darker and darker. In one video, Randy prepares to kill his toy frog with a ghostly image of Ember's head appearing overhead. The most demented video was called the Westboro High School Massacre, which involved Stair along with members of his ghost squad shooting up a fictional high school. Stair created 9 Twitter accounts to coincide with his EGS characters, often voice acting all of them. Eventually, Randy purchased several guns, including shotguns, in which he would eventually alter to cause more damage. One of the very last videos included Stair performing a heads or tails coin toss, in which he flipped a coin to determine how he would die. At this point, Randy had pondered suicide. If the coin landed on his head, Randy would kill himself at his own home. If it was tails, Randy would commit a mass shooting at the supermarket where he worked, hoping to die either by suicide there or through an eventual confrontation with law enforcement. Stair recorded a video of himself performing the coin toss, and the coin landed on his tail. This meant that Stair would commit a massacre at the Weis Supermarket. Randy had hoped that after his death, he could be transformed into a ghost girl from the EGS squad in the afterlife. In the early morning hours of June 8, 2017, Randy Stair reported to work as normal at the Weis Supermarket in Eaton Township, Pennsylvania. Before his attack, Stair had cased the store beforehand to map out the entrances and exits in order to trap unbeknownst shoppers inside to cause the maximum amount of carnage. On June 7th, Stair blocked the rear emergency exits in the store, and the following night, a little after midnight, Stair locked the automatic main entrance doors at the front of the store. Randy then retrieved 2 shotguns from a duffel bag. Randy had named his guns Mackenzie and Rachel, 2 of the characters from the EGS story. Stair then began to randomly shoot indiscriminately into the store, killing 3 customers: Victoria Brong, age 24, an assistant manager at Weis; Brian Hayes, 47. Hayes was a retired U.S. Navy veteran. The last victim was Terry Lee Sterling, age 63. Randy then approached a coworker named Kristen Newell. Newell was performing stalking duties and listening to music in her headphones and was unable to hear the commotion. Newell was able to escape and remove an obstacle from a door, ran outside, hid behind some bushes, and called 911. For some reason, Randy did not proceed to shoot Kristen. As the police closed in, Randy shot aimlessly inside the store, destroying glass display cases, merchandise, and other items. Stair attempted to shoot at and detonate propane tanks, but this was unsuccessful. Randy shot up the deli area of the store before finally putting the shotgun in his mouth and pulling the trigger, killing himself instantly. Randy's rampage lasted just 3 minutes and he killed 4 people, including himself. Randy was 25 years old at the time of his massacre, and he had lived in Pennsylvania all his life. The 2017 mass shooting at the Weis Supermarket surprisingly received little attention outside of Pennsylvania. The supermarket reopened just a couple weeks later after crews remodeled the store to remove any and all traces of the massacre. While the move caused some controversy, some accepted the reopening. One Eaton Township resident commented, "The evil man that had done this would have wanted the store to move and would have wanted the customers to be scared and not want to go back to the store after what he did." Many of Randy's videos are still on YouTube, giving viewers a chilling glimpse of the mental state of an obsessed, detached individual.